Myself, I'm R.BHUSHAN, a friend, motivator, and guide to IAS aspirant, international motivational speaker, leadership trainer, CEO coach, political strategist, and policy advisor. Welcome to ASG IAS. ASG IAS believe in quality, commitment, and success. ZIGLAR on selling. ZIGLAR on selling, the ultimate handbook for the complete sales professional. ZIGLAR. And I personally feel Mr. ZIGLAR is my motivational coach. I feel that he's the best writer, one of the best leading motivator. So today onwards, I'll share you one of his book, ZIGLAR on Selling. It's a beautiful book, and I would like to share you. It's not only for the selling, but even in the personal life, in UPSC preparations, even if you're doing any kind of business, anything, this book will be very, very useful. So part 1. A crowd of people spent most of the night trying to rescue a black bear caught 50 to 60 feet of pine tree to Cathway, Louisiana. So they could move it to a wildlife area. Sheriff deputies, game wardens, and wildlife biologists were in a crowd that gathered for nearly 8 hours. A veterinarian fired tranquilizer darts at the critter to get down. A net was strung to catch the bear when the drugs took hold and it fell from the treetop. It wasn't until the volunteers chopped the tree down that they discovered they were rescuing a dart-riddled garbage bag. For too many salespeople have what they think as a bear up the tree when in reality it is nothing but a bunch of garbage. You can hear them say things like competition is just too tough in this part of the country for this product. We are in the middle of recession. Everybody is only interested in price, nothing else. Just who's got the best deal. People are just not buying domestic product anymore. It won't do any good to make the sale. Credit so tight, the finance company would turn us down. The economy is just a deal in this own with the rate of unemployment what it is. I don't know how they expect me to make quota. The question is, how do you deal with all of these situations? How do you deal with all of these situations? Succeed in your chosen profession, maintain your sanity, avoid ulcers and heart attacks, continue in a good relationship with your mate and children, meet your financial obligations, prepare for those golden years and still have a moment you can call your own. Fortunately, the book you hold in your hands endeavor to answer each of these questions by sharing information, inspiration, laughter, tears, and direction that will allow you to make the choices necessary to have a balanced life, that leads to a personal and professional success. Championship fundamentals and timeless truth. The Green Bay Packers won the first 2 world championships of the professional football by outstanding their opponents in Super Bowls, first and second. The Packers were coached by the great fundamentalist Vince Lombardi. When the Lombardi's team would fail to play well, which wasn't often, he would begin practice of the following week with the same basic comments. Gentlemen, we performed below the standards we have set for ourselves as a championship football team. This week we are going to return to the fundamentals, lifting the football he had been holding in his hand to a position above his head so that everyone in the room could see it clearly. Lombardi would intone in that deep, raspy voice he kept hoarse from shouting, "Fellows, this is football. And without fail, Team prankster Mackey would call from the back of the room, "Not so fast, catch, not so fast. Not so fast, catch, not so fast." Fundamental truths remain constant. Fundamental truths remain constant. Lombardi taught some of the same fundamental to his Green Bay Packers that Jimmy Johnson taught to the Dallas Cowboys in the helping them becoming the team of the decade in the 1990s. The most successful football team and the most successful sales professional are spending time today learning and relearning basic fundamentals. Learning and relearning basic fundamentals. So to have a balanced, how do you deal with all these situations? How do you deal with all the situations? How do you deal with all situations? The selling basics. Selling is more than a profession. Selling is more than a profession. It is a way of life. It is a way of life, and the sales professional of today is concerned about being fundamentally sound. In addition to fundamentals, any resource tool claiming to the ultimate handbook for the complete sales professional must be prepared to address those areas outside an actual time spent in the face-to-face or voice-to-voice selling. This book is designed to do just that. We have included not only selling techniques and the procedure that will add to your income, but also ideas and principles that will add to your intangible income. Intangible income, that is a quality of life. This book is very, very useful for your fourth paper. Intangible income, that is quality of life. How we can stay abreast of the ever-changing technology that it's selling. How do you deal with the rigors and the temptations of the road, from the leaving our family withdrawal and returning to them after extended absence, decompression, to spending our non-selling time in productive manner. How to deal with the physical demands of this great profession. Fast food restaurant and lack of time for the workouts lead to stress and waste, pun intended. How do you work with the financial arm of the company in such a way that we complain and yet do not duplicate our efforts? These areas, as well as many other concerns, are included. So selling is more than a profession. Selling is more than a profession. It is a way of life. Selling is more than a profession. It is a way of life. Selling is more than a profession. It is a way of life. Intangible income, that is a quality of life. Your intangible income, that is a quality of life.